Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. RHL Season 5 has been played out, the dust has settled. With that out of the way, I'd been asking myself the question, can I get some regular 1v1s in? Well, the answer is a big fat nope. As it turns out, some members of the community were fed up with the stance changes introduced in the latest release, and it was upon Shoutcast himself to just go full-on Norwegian Liam Neeson on them and rip his shirt off, be like, not on my watch. Bunker down in his basement and handcraft a mod from scratch. Now this is not a standalone mod, this is just a regular map with balance changes, lots of them actually, mostly concerning the usability and viability of units that had been left in the dust for a bit. So this is not on the release, this is a mod by Shoutcast, the Unplugged it's called. Good old unplugging, and we're seeing our players. Let's now that we've got this out of the way, let's introduce. He has ran under many names. He's been bearing the moniker of Rexy. The artist formerly known as Rexy is now as Happy and today as Hapster. And his opponent Snorb, aka Orb, who is now just showcasing the power of the new attack dog. I really like. Ooh, good micro here. Just step by step, take it easy. Just showcasing the dog. He's the wielder of the dog treats, and he's someone who always made them work. And now with the new release, with this here, they've been buffed significantly. Can take 3 rifle salvos now, taking a staggering first engagement here, and just let's see, production. There we go, and just wiping the early forces of Happy off the map. This means a lot of pressure on him, and his game sense is prevailing. He's hightailing the engineer. He's trailing him. This is looking to be a bit dire here for the engineer. Can he get the cap in time? And the answer is nope. Big fat nope. Marvelous first engagement. However, he's really behind in the production. Snorp just neglecting his macro in favor of the micro here. Just hasn't queued up anything for a bit, so he's now just on 2 refineries. And the war factory is almost halfway done for Happy. Yeah, so this is shaping up to be an interesting game, and I would really like to see how the games are going. Also, a quick little reminder, there is going to be, with those balance changes, a couple of my balance changes have made it into the experimental mod here as well. Namely, I was suggesting for the Mammoth tank to be turned into KV-8s. So Ukraine, I think, has access to KV-8 flamethrower Mammoth tanks, which I hope we're gonna... No, we're not gonna see them there. That's Russia. Russia just has the standard Mammoth tank. Your average run-of-the-mill Mammoth. Okay, good first engagements here for Orb, who is, however, a bit behind on the 8 ball here in the eco. And Happy, content just sitting back, macroing up, going for his 3rd harvester, going for his refinery plus 4th. And War Factory just coming online for Orb right now. I don't know. It might look like he's got the map control, because he's obviously got like every single derrick once the capture finishes here. No, he's got double engineer, wow. That's gonna pay off within a minute or so as well. So, very prudent first engagement, very prudent investment here. Lots of early rockets, scared of an APC, I guess. No, that's Germany. Scared of a light tank then, I guess. Happy, always someone who likes closing out games on his first blob. First blob, first light vehicle, just apply pressure and try close the game out as fast, as quickly as possible. Happy, by the way, he's maybe gonna make it into RHL Masters. Oh, yikes. That's the early pressure unit for Snorp. So Orb is now on 4 harvesters as well, but he has lost his early pressure unit and thus has to concede map control here. Just rallying his forces towards the middle in the hope of trying to take an engagement around the vision line of sight from the oil derrick. By the way, all line of sight, every single unit has gotten buffed line of sight in this mod. Not only line of sight, but also weapon range, so it corresponds. The gameplay is not going to change drastically. Again, fantastic engagement here. Orb just, his infantry being stationary always trades up. There is no way around this. Stationary infantry is just so much more effective because it doesn't have to move into a cell before it has to shoot. And that's what distinguishes it from vehicles. That's the weakness of infantry there. In OpenRA in general. That's not just mod specific. If your infantry is stationary, it can fire right away. Whereas if it has to move into cell, that's bad news. Whereas a tank, for example, yeah, they might not pack the biggest punch, and they might be shit against infantry blobs, but they can shoot while moving, and that's a very undervalued trait, I'd say. So we're seeing the big exodus here, the Red March of Doom impending. Abster just trying to take his natural. Playing it very safe as well. He's routing his forces via top and just taking the MCV and cautiously putting it at the bottom side in order for it not to get picked off. And that's a later MCV for Orc, who has opted for an early heavy tank. I don't expect a single heavy tank to be able to trade with this blob, but we'll see. Yeah, Orb has got something on the radar here. He knows that an expansion is probably coming. Yeah. Also, look at those medium tanks. They look a bit weird, don't they? They've got like a longer barrel. They've got like those... whatever the fuck that is. Looks like additional armaments or something. But it's actually the German medium tank, and that's mod specific. We're so scared, wanted to make the Germans a bit more distinguished, make them the heavy armor faction, and give them the German heavy tank, which has increased damage versus heavy armor. Not gonna come into play here though, as it gets snagged by a Tesla coil. A very good engagement so far. Oh my, not many rockets here at all. So this heavy tank can trade so well. Oh Jesus! Alright, that's a full-on wipe of the forces, and here we're just seeing smart retreat order and a very forward radar dome. Let's check the line of sight here. Yeah. Okay, this radar dome hasn't been spotted. That's beautiful. Also a quick little supply block here. So what that actually means that is free to expand with Tesla coils here and just annoy him with Tesla coils. Now look at the damage from the heavy medium tank, or the German medium tank. It just demolishes heavy armor, such as flame turrets. And we're seeing a triple expansion out. Whoa, that's a technician army and a half. And Orb just hasn't taken his expansions yet, really. Like he's on 3 MCVs. Oh, nice. Nice forward Tesla. Oh, the radar dome has been spotted. This might spell trouble eventually. I'm expecting a wall. There's the wall. Wait, what? He's got it ready. Just pop it down, buddy. Oh, there we go. He was busy somewhere else, I guess. And V2s are the weapon of choice here. Meanwhile, there's a small flank being prepared by Happy, but it shouldn't be too bad by all accounts. MCV just getting the fuck out of there, hightailing it. Probably the more prudent choice here. Happy just playing it safe, expanding. He knows he can take this expansion because Orb hasn't been there yet. Ouch, that's expensive though. The German medium tanks are, I think, 1050 or something like that. Like, the price range is very close to that of the Soviet heavy. So if you lose those, it's a bit of a bigger blow. Nice, the refinery gets zapped down by the Tesla. And again, we're just having a heavy tank which is completely unaccounted for and completely unanswered here. Oh, the infantry are being stationary again. This is the Conyard going down. No two ways about it. Nice hits with the V2 as well. Oh, undeploy maneuver just failing miserably. But there is an attack up top side. The little flanking force has snuck its way through and is probably going to wreak havoc here. Okay, Orb just not having any base defenses in the backhand here. You always have an ace up your sleeve, buddy. That's why. Ah, that's the only war factory. Really, really bad timing. Should sell it. You never want to give your opponent the $200 cash bounty. Okay, we've gotten a yak out. There are still... Ooh, there are still 3v2 rockets. Yikes! The MCV turn rate just killing it outright. But Happy is being unattentive as well. He's also losing a Conyard here. Well, that's something. But if we're being real here, that's critical structural damage being done to Orb. What a match already. Really back and forth. Ah, move the Yaks back. Yak attack. Good strafe. Good save here. And this is prompting the entire army from Orb, except for the V2s to fall back. The V2s, he has primed them. That's so smart. He has primed the V2s to just lock onto the ore refineries, because he scouted them with the Yak even through the fog of war. Should get one last missile salvo, and maybe if he's quick enough on the trigger finger, yeah, he's even gonna get them out. Very beautiful. Now, the German medium tanks actually don't have any bonus versus a light armor, and V2 rockets are light armored. So they're not stronger than regular medium tanks versus V2s, strangely enough. Ooh, should switch on the... flick the power switch on the Tesla coil. Yeah, there we go. There we go. The tank deciding to dive in deep. He's going in dry. Bring the loop, he's going in dry here. Yikes. That's a bit of a costly trade. Yeah, and 2 of the V2s surviving on high veterancy as well. Really good V2s so far. And what we're seeing here is... yeah, he's lost his entire backline eco. That's 3 ore patches worth of mining. He's on 1 refinery, Jesus Christ. 4 harvesters, 1 refinery. Let's check the economical situation for Happy. Yeah, okay, Happy's outmarked by him by a factor of 2 and something. 2 and then a bit. But Orb has had nice unit preservation so far. He's also just patching up his units. So the high veteran CV2s can go at it again. Oh, 3 Yaks! And they're, I guess, yeah, they're targeting the radar though. Pulling away from the rockets. Really beautiful display of micro. Oh! With the last gunshot. The last single charge of ammo. Just getting away with murder. Just obliterating the radar dome here. The helipads have come out, so hind production is still an option here, but no additional helipads can be produced, and neither can the artillery. What? That's double war factory. I would rather have... He has got build radius here. I would just have popped down a refinery maybe here. But seems like Orb feels like he's not in as dire straits as I think he is. Because he's on $500 and still going... spiraling downwards here. But he's got a massive army. Does he want to fight this though? Oh. That's a bit unattentive here. Losing 1 Yak. The other one's just escaping. Okay, well, barely. There we go. Okay, trying to snipe the artilleries, but I think that's a bad engagement, even with all the infantry that he's got to back this up here. And Happy just sniping away the V2 rockets. Not a single V2 surviving here. Oh, that's painful. Orb is just trying to brute force this. And this is an all-out defensive maneuver from Happy, who has gotten him into a concave. Okay, there is no world where I can see this working. This engagement is just too much. There is just too much here from on the defense for Happy, whose medium tanks are pushing in. Meanwhile, the infantry is just cleaning up the stationary tanks from Orb. Yeah, tanks are basically the opposite of infantry. You never want to have stationary tanks in an engagement. You always want them moving around and pushing or crushing the opposition. Okay, that was a good defense here. Giving chase with the flak trucks as well. But Orb is in a dire spot. Like, look at the assets here, look at the harvester discrepancy. But at the same time, he's someone who can make it work with a lot of micro. Yeah, pulling back the heavy tank, not losing the Yak. That was beautiful. That was quite something. Also, I see that this bug has still not been fixed, where you can put an air unit and a ground unit onto a service depot. But I don't mind it, because it just speeds up repairing so much. One of the more useful properties there. Okay, he's finally gotten a refinery up, but I would really love to see another refinery just being popped down here. Really, that's all he needs. Is that tech center? Alright. Tech center, he's got a couple Tesla quads. Maybe he's going for... let's see the production tab. Shall we? No, currently just shock troopers. The shockies, jacks of all trades, master of none. With the recent armor nerf, or nerf versus heavy armor, they're just not that fantastic anymore. Heavy tank going down. Yep, the second heavy is surviving. Ooh, that was clutch. And honestly, could push in here. Is there... yeah, there's a couple flame towers ready. So it would be a costly push. Third war factory. Okay, Orb. Okay, you're gonna have to deliver on this one. I'm just not so convinced on that. Sniping power plants. I mean, it takes away the construction radius that it would have gotten for free there. That's the half of the eco lines for Orb being under attack here. But Happy's being unattentive, losing another Hind up top side. Bottom there are artilleries. Now this is where the unplugged mod is gonna change the engagement, the rules of engagement, because in the regular release, the units would be auto-targeted. But since this is so scarce balance change, the units can hide behind structures again. This was something that was highly controversial back then. What the hell is with this flak truck? Oh my! It's gotten like 6 Hind kills, maybe 5, 6? Something like that. Artillery at the very long last. Also just biting the dust. The shell life of artilleries is, or the half-life of artilleries is not very long in OpenRA. Let's put it that way. Also, all the welder rigs are still in the hands of Orb. Oh, we sniped the harvester as well, and the medium tank. Good hustle, good hustle. But he has to contend with a massive blob. There's a mammoth there, mammoth tanks and Teslas. Alright, so this is a very special combination. I think I know what this is all about. Very interesting. The mammoths are soaking up damage, they serve as a meat shield, and basically also mobile anti-air. And at the same time we've got the Tesla tanks that are just used to snipe everything else from long range without risk of being without being at risk of taking damage. Jesus, English is hard. There is a massive force, and Happy is trying it with the sledgehammer here. He's got Tanya here. Yeah, nothing much to defend. So I don't know, that he needs to find a really good angle, Orb that is, for defense. Nicely patching up his heavy tank here, or his mammoth. We're gonna check the eco tab though as well. Yeah, 65k assets for Happy, 55 for Orb. Yikes. Bit of a discrepancy already. Meat shield down. This means that all the infantry is essentially gonna get poked down by the Tesla tanks here for free. Absolutely for free. Ooh, with flak trucks going on a chase. How much are they gonna get? Let's see. Happy needs to pull them back. Jesus Christ. 1, 2. Do I see 3? I see 3. Do I see 4? 4. Do I see 5? Can we see the 5? Can we make it a full fucking house? This was maybe the biggest game changer. Losing 5 Hinds is the equivalent of losing an entire army for absolutely free. Man, this is so beautifully played by Orb. Just sending his Tesla tanks to the back lines, dishing out the damage while the mammoth tanks just soak up. He's gonna lose that one. Doesn't really matter. Has stopped an entire army at the cost of 1 Tesla tank. Fantastic play. There is an unpowered Iron Curtain. More and more Tesla tanks coming out. This is so obnoxious to play against, where your opponent is like 10 Tesla tanks. He can just wipe infantry armies forever. Oh, and the MCV escaping as well. Not that it would have really mattered, there is a second MCV as well. But what a beautiful display of skill here. It's zap time. And you see how little infantry Orb actually has. He mostly is relying on the Tesla tanks for anti-infantry, anti-structure damage, and the Hinds are gonna get picked off by the mammoth tanks. What a combination here. What a game plan, I'm liking it. A big fan here. Even with 2 Hinds, what are you gonna do? There are like 10 Tesla tanks. Oh, and the flak micro is so punishing as well. Tanya, I've heard Tanya die, she was like behind the tree there. Yeah, this Conyard can't be held. Should sell it. Sell it or pull it back. Either way, it's not gonna get very far. Yeah, Tesla tanks are so good at chasing. One very underappreciated fact about them is that they always deliver their burst, and that their burst is instantaneous and can't be dodged. So even if your opponent is having a unit that is moving away, there is just no chance. You see how they're melting the heavy tanks, the medium tanks here. Tanya's back. Not for very long. Alright. And Tanya's out again. She's outspeed. 1 Mammoth, 2 Flags, and a lot of Teslas. What a display here. Fantastic play by Orb. Very unconventional. This was a really hilarious match. I've really enjoyed casting and watching this. Very creative by Orb. And Happy just playing his super macro efficient style. Look at... Okay, we're gonna do a little crackdown here. How much ore has Orb harvested here? Like, he's got those 2 patches, he's got this patch. This patch is being unsaturated, this patch is basically still full. And now look at Happy's side. There is not a single speck of ore left. Happy's mining has been so efficient. But at the same time, we're gonna... Ah, right, I can't do that. The statistics bar doesn't work in this spec UI after the game is finished. But I'm willing to bet a lot of money that there is a big discrepancy in the kills here. And that's mostly attributed to smart engagements by Orb, which just ran him over with the Tesla tanks, using the Mammoths or Heavies as cheap meat shields, and using the Oil Flags to just screen from air. That was beautifully played and fantastic to watch. On 3 war factories nonetheless, which means like maybe 20 seconds Mammoth tank. Yeah. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed this. So Scared's mod, it's not a real mod. You can just download the maps. So I'm just gonna plug them a bit. You can just download them on the resource center. Any map that has the tag, what's it? Unplugged 176 or something. Like, he's keeping track of versions. Unplugged 176. Just download the map and install it into your regular client and play it regularly. And see how you like it. But that doesn't mean that I'm only gonna cast those. It's just that every now and then, occasionally, there's gonna be one of those replays that So Scared is gonna send me, because that was sent to So Scared by me, by So Scared to me, cherry picked. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.